Alright everybody, hello and welcome back. As always, I am Sean. This is Uneducated Gamer playing Football Manager 2015, Season 1, Episode 3. Welcome to September, and look at how pretty we are sitting on top of the table here. It has been a really good run. That last game, the last time you saw me was the 1-0 victory at Hammond Waterlooville. Wasn't the most exciting game in the world. It was an injury time winner from Al Bangura. Good free kick from Anthony Cook, spilled by the keeper and dropped at Bangura's feet. Still had a lot to do. The keeper would be disappointed to concede his near post like that, but we got the win. And then after that, we went on a little bit of a run. After that we played Ebbsfleet, who are one of the better sides in the division. They do have the highest reputation of any team in the league, and as such, they're kind of favourites to go up, even though their squad isn't necessarily the best one in the game. We actually went 2-0 down to these guys. It was really disappointing. I made a bunch of subs, and they got their second goal. Charlie Sheringham, who you may recognise that surname, he is Teddy Sheringham's son, for those of you who didn't know, Papa Teddy. He got the winner. He got the first goal to put them 1-0 up. And then Danny Kedwell just got a really scrappy game. In the build-up to that game, their manager, Jamie Day, said that Sam Sodje was past it. So I thought, okay, look, I'll play Sam Sodje. We'll see if he can be, he can take inspiration from that and have a good performance. And he didn't. He was fucking terrible. We did manage to pull a goal back with Moses Adamola. It was a lovely little goal, but that's our first loss of the season there. A 2-1 defeat to Ebbsfleet away from home. At home. But that's cool. We got the duck off our back, and since then we have managed to turn it around fantastically well. When we played Chelmsford a couple of days later, or Chelmsford, however you pronounce it, there was actually a first versus second game. They were sitting top after our first loss. We were second, and we went out and absolutely trashed them in that match. There were some excellent goals, which we'll have a look at now. Adamola's going to whip the ball in now. It's headed away. Oh, actually, this might be their goal. No, it's ours. Day plays it back in Adamola. Prestige finds Roberts. Lovely reverse ball inside there to Adamola to put us one goal up in the 35th minute. His fourth goal of the season, and he was immense in this game. Redwood cleared away here by Holland. This is a very long highlight, so brace yourself. They're playing some long balls forward. I kept thinking with every long ball forward that they played a very direct brand of football, that they were just going to find a way over us, or one of our centre-backs was going to run under the ball. But good tackle here from Holland. It's a punt upfield. Birchall has found a way in behind. He's got a lot to do though. Sneaks inside Haynes, and from the angle slides that one past Granger, and that saw us get a 2-0 victory. But we were really good value in that game. A lot better than perhaps the highlight suggested. And our defensive line was fantastic. I brought Malaga back in after playing Sodje the previous game, and he was very good. Jack Holland ended up getting man of the match with an 8.5 there. And of course, Adam Birchall, who's just been tearing the house down in the first quarter of the season, came off the bench to get that second goal. So that was a good, important win for us. We then played Hayes and Yedding. If you haven't heard of them, they are managed by Phil Babb. Phil Babb's an ex-Liverpool and Republic of Ireland defender. Just type Phil Babb goalpost into YouTube now, above me in the search engine, and then prepare to cringe, because it's not the nicest video in the world, but that's probably the thing that I know he's most famous for. Adam Birchall came back in the starting lineup that game, got 2 goals to give us a 2-1 victory. They were a good side. I can't remember who got their goal or how it happened, but I think we actually went 1-0 down. And actually, they had more shots than us. They just didn't really capitalise on that. We had more of the ball, though, but we seem to in every game. So a good 2-1 win there. Then we played Staines away from home. Really good game. They managed to pull themselves back a good consolation volley from Danny Bassett. Robson with the double in that particular game. Birchall came off the bench to score again because he just can't help himself. But Robertson got man of the match in that game. Bishop Stortford was our last game out. We actually went 1-0 down in this game. When we played them, they were the bottom team in the division. I guess they still are. 21st versus 1st in this game, and they just put us under all kinds of pressure up until half-time. I really thought it was going to be a shock result, especially once they went 1-0 up. It was an excellent cross from their left-back, found Cilliers at back stick, and he volleyed home. Reece Prestige got a penalty that Jordan Robertson had won. I take that back. I think actually Mitch Pinnock won it. And then thankfully I was able to sort of shout at them a bit at half-time. We made our subs. We brought on Dennis for his debut for the season, Bangura and Robertson, and they were able to find some goals. Jack Holland with a good volley from a corner, and Jordan Robertson with one to wrap it up. A lovely header towards the end. But, we have done really well to be sitting where we are. That's 10 league games into the season, so a quarter of the way through it, and we've won 8 of them. 1 draw, 1 loss. The draw was fair enough. It was the start of the season, and the loss, we did deserve to lose that game, if I'm being honest. But we are 6 point clear. We've got a really good goals against column, which is a nice sort of change to how things usually go for me, and a really good goal difference as well. So I'm thrilled with how things are going, but now we have to turn our attention towards the FA Cup. We have played 3 games in a week. I am probably going to play an entirely backup team in this match. Mitch Pinnock cracked the shits because I wasn't playing him enough, which is ridiculous because he's only set to be a rotation player. Actually, I'll show you that. So what I've done is, at the start of the season, you have certain players that are set to key player, backup, whatever it may be. Certain people will get upset if their squad status changes, but it doesn't usually last for more than a week. So before the season kicked off, in the very first episode, I changed everyone's squad status to rotation. All that does is manage the playing time that they expect to get. I'm pretty good with rotating my squad through and everything. I usually have a group of about 15 that I'll rotate through a starting lineup. You, of course, have your starting 11 who you think is in it, but you change it from time to time. Form's very fluid. Everyone's been set to rotation as a squad status. That way no one gets upset about playing time or anything like that. You can't set up everyone to backup because they start to get real pissed off, but if you set everyone to rotation, they don't get upset. I promise you. It's the best way to manage people's playing time and their expectations over playing time. If you wanted to, you could change the juniors to be hot prospects, but, really just rotation seems to be the easiest way to do it. And then if they come to you and say, why aren't I playing? You say, well, you're a rotation player. But Mitch Pinnock came to me just as Anthony Cook got injured. He's out for another month, I think, roughly. So I said, okay, we'll give you a run in the starting lineup. He hasn't been good. It's actually seen the addition of Louis Dennis onto the bench, and he's done really well with his appearances off there. So hopefully Mitch Pinnock can get a bit of playing time in this match, and we'll see how we go. Bideford are a team in the lower divisions beneath us. Daniel Day got an extended run in the team. Joe Anderson got injured throughout the month. He was out for about 3 weeks. He's actually only just come back, so it's a good time for him. We'll give James White a run out in goals. He has already made an appearance this season. We'll play Sam Sodje. Callum McNaughton, it's probably a game too soon for him, but we'll continue Jack Holland, who's been in excellent form throughout the course of the year thus far. Paul Rogers will come in for the first start of the year. Hasn't even been on the bench yet. We'll get Amenko a run out for his debut for the club. Who else hasn't played a whole lot? Ishmaeli. We'll get him in at Trequartista, though Daniel Roberts, I think, has been our best player so far this season. He's gotten amongst the goals and the assists, and that's really what we need for him in that position. We'll start Dennis and Pinnock. I know this is weird to do in the episode that I'm recording, to play all the backup players, but really, they've waited for their opportunity, and I don't really give a shit about the FA Cup, so we might as well give them a run out. Now, this is the tough one. Do we play Birchall, who has scored 8 goals in 10 appearances with 1 assist, or do we play Robertson because he needs to get his numbers up? We'll go with Robertson because he's a little bit fitter at the time being. But FA Cup, you get 7 players on the bench, so we have more than enough time and space to run the team through a little bit. I'm just going to tidy this up so I can see exactly what's going on. I might give Roberts the day off entirely, and we'll have Bangura there as cover for the middle because I don't really trust Amenko at the moment. But that is an entirely rotated lineup. The only change really being Holland's still in. Holland and Anderson are in for Day and McNaughton, who are injured. And also Robertson's actually Birchall's been playing so well that Robertson's in there as our backup player. So we'll see how the Scrubs do against a team in the lower divisions. It is still a very talented squad, and we do have people on the bench if need be. Basically, the key with all the cups here is that each round you win, you get yourself a little cash bonus. So they can be healthy for your club finances, but really on part-time contracts with only 22 players in our squad, we don't have the depth to be competing on too many fronts. So I'm just going to say assertively, if we play our game, we'll win, and they should be pretty comfortable with that. It is a team in the lower divisions. So really, I'm not going to be annoyed if we don't get the win here. However, I would like to at least get a good performance out of some of the reserve players, get some fitness in their legs. You can see here, Bideford have found a way through. I'm not sure that was entirely a highlight, but for some reason we saw it. We're rocketing towards half-time. So, here we go. Channels with a free kick, and he's hit the post. Parnaby with the follow-up, and White, unfortunately, doesn't hold. So we've gone 1-0 down. I wouldn't actually be upset if we got knocked out of the cup. What I want to avoid is any replays. I don't want a 1-1 draw. I don't want... just draws are the nightmare here because it means extra games. I'd rather lose than draw, which I know is a terrible attitude to have for one of what is like the second episode, I think, that I'm actually uploading a live play for, but that's fine. At least I can fire a rocket. Aggressive. Where's your passion, lads? I haven't really had to do that one this season because they've been pretty good. So I guess if I save it for special occasions, it might make it more effective. Rogers with a good tackle there. Is this a highlight? No, it's just the kick-off. We have had our shots. We just haven't got them on target. Anderson with the throw in here. Plays it short to Pinnock. And Mickey Parcell stupidly gives away a foul. There was nothing going on. Robertson has 16 pens, which is close to a sure thing at this level as you can get. So you'd assume he's going to dispatch this one comfortably. 16 pens is good for a Premier League striker, let alone someone in the Conference South. And that is a lovely penalty. Low and to the left. Keeper picks it the right way, but doesn't really have a chance at that one. Dangerously, though, we are at 1-1. That's the only thing I don't want is a draw. I just don't want extra games. That's really going to piss me off. Okay, getting towards the hour mark. Might bring a few players on now. I don't think Manku's been good given his opportunity, so we'll bring Bangura on for him. And I might bring Prestige on for Ismaili as well. Yeah, we'll go with that for the time being. I'll hold on to another sub just in case someone gets injured. He has the ability to make a difference. Bangura's responded well, so has Reece Prestige, and they've both responded well. So anything in terms of assists or goals from either of them would be very much appreciated. We have had shots, we just haven't gotten the bloody things on target. And it hasn't been a game with a whole lot of highlights either, so maybe we're just getting dragged down to Bideford's level. Maybe they're not that good a team and it's kind of hurting us a little bit. Last 10 minutes now, I'm going to bring on another winger. We'll bring on Adamola for Dennis. Dennis hasn't been great in this game. Assertively, make the difference. I don't want to draw. I don't want a draw. A draw would be the worst possible fucking thing that could happen to us. Here we go. Osborne with a corner. Finds Ellis. Oh, he doesn't get a good striker goal. I've got to finish there, Ellis. And shit, it's going to be a draw, isn't it? White comes out and drops the ball. Robertson has it now, and the referee calls full time. God damn it. What was the one thing I said at the start of this game? I didn't want to fucking draw. Assertively, not good enough. Well, we might as well keep this episode going, and we'll play the replay. It means that we're going to have a game in midweek, which isn't ideal. So let's skip on that. Let's get straight back in there and play Bideford. I honestly wouldn't care if we lost the replay. I just don't want to have to deal with extra games. They're just annoying. And it's the 1st of October as well. So, oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. I'll tell you at the end of this game. But I did forget to say something at the start, so. Oh, and it takes us into October. So, it's not really what we want. I might just start with the same. Okay, I forgot to say this earlier, but I might as well tell you now. So I won the manager of the month for the first month of the season. There wasn't anyone really that was that near me, if I'm being brutally honest. Paul Doswell was something. They were like 10th or something. It was really weird that he won it. Johnson Hippolyte, horrendous looking man. Sorry if you're watching, Johnson, but you are. And I've also won it for September. But the one that I liked the most was the Conference South Player of the Month. In the first month, Daniel Roberts won it, and he was tremendous over those first 5 games. 3 goals, I think he got 3 assists as well. 7.42 was an average rating, really excellent. A full 0.1 ahead of the nearest player, Elliot Godfrey, who just scored a bunch of goals. But yeah, so that was cool. It looks like Gareth Gwillam from Basingstoke has won it this time out. I'm not sure how. 2 goals from left back. I guess that's how. Zane Banton, we did talk about him in the first game of the season. He's basically Theo Walcott, but at a conference level. 17 pace, 17 acceleration, and his finishing is 8. He just gets him behind. It's really fucking annoying playing against him. And we will be playing him in our next game. But, you know, as far as individual glory goes, I'm the best manager in the world, or at least in the Conference South. All right, I don't want to fucking replay. I don't want this to go to extra time. That's basically my biggest fucking annoyance right now. We might bring Roberts back in for this one. Ismaili didn't do a lot with his chance. Neither did Amanku, so we'll probably start Bangura. No, we'll start Prestige. And I might start Bangura ahead of Waldron. Take Robertson out for Birchall, despite him getting the equaliser from the penalty spot. And I might leave the rest of the back line as it was. Bring Malaga in for Sojak because his fitness is down. But we'll keep Anderson and Rogers in there for the time being. Yep, let's go with that. Screw it. So it's a little bit stronger a lineup. We are playing at home. We should have beaten them the first time around. That's just absolutely pathetic. And it kind of shows me that I shouldn't have too much faith in my backup players. But again, the best thing that we could possibly hope for in the FA Cup is that we get to a stage where we draw a team in the divisions above us and we play them at home so that then we get, you know, like a good crowd in, and that can boost our finances that way. But really, I just want to kind of get eliminated from the FA Cup as soon as possible. You can do a bit better in the FA Trophy. Okay, that was ball forward. Can't tell if Birchall got tackled or was tackling. Good reverse ball there from Roberts. Squares it up by Roberts to Birchall, and first time finish. His 9th goal of the season. I've really rotated Birchall and Roberts a lot. I think they've probably played about the same amount of game time and also the same amount of appearances off the bench. But Birchall's just taking his chances so much better at the moment. He's not the aerial target that we perhaps need in this formation, given the amount of crosses we knock into the box, but he just finishes the chances that you give him. And you can see here, 5 shots on target now is already way more than we got in that entire first game. So maybe it was just because I had too many players debuting in the same match. Assertive. Played well so far, but there's room for improvement. No one's responded particularly well or poorly to that. I will make some subs in a minute. Looks like Bangura's picked up a knock. Apologies for coughing. Anderson goes through the back of a guy and gives away a foul. Anderson with the throw in near, goes all the way back to Holland. He crossfield switches to Rogers. Plays the ball forward to Dennis, who tackles after immediately losing the ball. Squares it to Birchall, and Birchall does what he does best and finds a finish. That's his 10th goal of the season. Only 2nd in the FA Cup. So he loses the ball immediately, but he's quick enough to tackle Seddon, keeps the ball in, gets his head up, finds Birchall front stick, and that is an excellent finish. You'd be disappointed with the keeper getting beaten at his near post, but you know, whatever, that's fine. Alright, we're getting towards the hour mark now. I might make some subs. I'm going to bring on Waldron for Bangura, who looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock. And who else? Who else will we bring on? Let's have a look. Who's playing particularly poorly? We might take Pinnock off for Adamola. Yeah, we'll go with that. And I might bring Robertson on for the last 10 minutes or so towards the end of the game. Make a difference. Assertive. Make a difference. Nah, neither of them care, so... Al Bangura's picked up an injury, which is probably the worst thing that could have happened to us in this particular game. White with the long ball forward. Only as far as Prestige. Looks for a ball over the top. Birchall's on, and that is his hat-trick. If he's onside, he is. His 11th goal of the season, and a fantastic hat-trick for him. Might actually take him off now. I run risk of using all my subs too early, but we'll do that now. And we'll see if Robertson can get amongst the goals here. It'd be handy if he could, just to maybe get him into a bit of form. I'll give him a team talk. I know I run the risk of having someone come off injured, but that's fine. I have faith in you, and he looks pretty happy with that. Morale's been pretty good. I think that's because everyone's set to rotation. No one's expecting to play every game. That's a long punt over the top, but, I mean, you got to learn how to play ugly. It's Conference South football. What can I say? We're not going to play tiki-taka at this level. We can't. Oh, thank God Kyle Fletcher's offside. That was a fucking tremendous volley. Their first highlight of the game. Kinsella comes forward now. Squares it up to McCormick. It's a poor touch. Someone's got to come to. And a lovely ball across to Kinsella, but he flashes that shot wide. Seddon with a throw in here to McCormick. Headed away. Only as far as Spence, though. He plays it out wide to Fletcher. Coming down the right-hand side. Kinsella drops off well. Squares to Spence. Should hit it. Doesn't. Oh, good tackle. Waldron tries to clear, but only as far as Roberts. Parnaby with a long ball forward. Kinsella's gotten behind and he finds the finish. Makes it 3-1. Hopefully it's only a consolation goal. I really can't tolerate this one going to full time, extra time. It's a good finish. Credit to him. He's probably got finishing of 4 or something like that. He is a grade out player. It's their first shot on target and their first goal. Here we go. Corner coming in now. Adamola with the cross. Waldron front stick. It's hit the post. Malaga goes up and somehow the keeper has made an absolute howler there. Kevin Malaga gets his first goal for the club and for the team, and of the season, sorry. Adamola with the ball in here. Waldron goes up well, front stick, hits the bar, or Fletcher clears it away on front post, not sure. Malaga heads it back in, and the goalkeeper's just absolutely glitched. There's nothing to call that other than a goalkeeper glitch. But I'll take it. I'll take it. We were going to win anyway. It doesn't really matter. 40 seconds to go now. Waldron with the free header. Only as far as Adamola. Squares it now to Roberts, who loses the ball to Spence. Good challenge. McCormick's coming forward, only as far as Prestige though, wins the ball back well. Dennis loses it to McCormick again. Does he have the long ball? No, plays a square to Spence, credit to him, but Spence then looks for the long ball to Kinsella. Rogers gets back and tidies up well. That should be about it. Referee would be looking to blow time soon. And he does. A 4-1 victory. I'm disappointed it took 2 legs, but I guess we'll just say a good win, boys. Well done. No need to overcomplicate it. And Adam Birchall's actually up towards the leading scorers in the FA Cup so far with his hat-trick there. Right, so disappointed that it took 2 rounds. At least I guess we played a game at home. so we get a little bit of extra ticket money. But then you also have to deal with all your players being, one extra match tired. So I'm going to clear the entire team selection, and I'm going to rest everyone for 1 day, just because 3 games in a week is always a bit tough. But I guess it was a good opportunity to get appearances for our reserve players, our players that haven't made any yet, of which there are a fair few. We're going to play Lewis in the next game, or Lewis, or however you pronounce that, and Birchall gets player of the season. So it's been a really good start to the league. To have 8 wins after 10 games is absolutely phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I'm not under any illusions that we're going to go through the season and trash everyone. That's not going to happen. But if you apply, we play 40 league games this season. If you were to apply that same winning rate, we would finish the season with 100 points, which is that's insane. That is absolute craziness. I don't think it will be like that. There will be points where we do drop off our form and everything like that. Goals will go missing. We'll go on runs where we concede a whole bunch, but that's fine. To have only lost 1 and drawn 1 over the opening 10 games, I'm pretty thrilled with. Let's have a look at the individual glory for this season. Where are we? Stats, player stats. You can see here, Adam Birchall, most appearances in the league with 10. He has come off the bench, I think, in every game. He's also leading the league in goals, 8. So he has started the season well. We spoke about Zane Banton. He is second with 7. Charlie Sheringham, who scored against us, of course, as well, up in that area. No one in our team is up towards the assist. However, Daniel Roberts and Moses Adamola are both covering a tremendous amount of ground for the team in their roles. Seb Brown conceded 7, which is the second fewest of anyone in the league. Only Gosport, who've only conceded 4 somehow, which must be a minor miracle. And he's also up there amongst the clean sheets as well. Key passes, Daniel Roberts, 23, equal best in the league. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. I thought he'd be higher up towards the average rating section, but only Joey Anderson makes the top 5 for that. Though you can see here, games won, most of our players are involved. A pretty good start to the season, and I've won 2 of the first 2 Manager of the Month awards for the season. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm disappointed that took 2 legs in the FA Cup, but now we put our focus back towards the league. It's a very important little run of fixtures we have here in October. Another FA Cup game and 4 games in the league, which of course is my priority. As always though, I've been Sean, this uneducated gamer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you are enjoying the series so far, even though it's only a couple episodes in. If you have links to your own YouTube content, be it in Football Manager 2015 or really any game, chuck it in the comment section below. I do love watching that stuff. I will go and check out your channel and send a like your way. But more than anything, I appreciate your views. They do mean the world to me, so thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.